Okay guys, it was a super early wake up call today because we were working the tides and the wind going through a cut with strong current, and it needed to be as high tide as possible because it's really shallow with lots of rocks, but it is leading us to a place we have never been before, and we are super excited, and we're about to go through the cut right now.
The Ragged Islands are not just more southerly exumas, but rather unpopulated wilderness with only one tiny settlement, closer to Cuba than to Georgetown. Cruisers must be totally self-sufficient here. There are no services to speak of in the entire chain. The inexperienced cruiser's custom of calling out on the VHF for anything and everything cannot be taken to the outback. It is foolhardy to trust that someone else can or will help in time of emergency. It is also dangerously naive to be talked into a remote gateway by another boat without independent preparation in terms of supplies, crew, competence, and skill in navigation and water reading. There are no marinas, no help, no fuel, little water, and almost no supplies. You are on your own here, as in other parts of the far Bahamas. Anchorages are plentiful in settled weather, but fewer and farther between for frontal protection, none with 360 degrees. Self-reliance is essential in the Ragged Islands. Be certain that your crew has the competence and navigation skills before you travel to this remote area. Getting caught in raggeds during a strong winter front poses serious challenges and can be dangerous for even the most experienced ocean cruisers. Anchorages may become untenable with great potential to get in trouble. Help may be non-existent or days away. That's directly from this Explorer chart book. If you guys ever cruise in the Bahamas, the Explorer charts are like the best charts you can get for the Bahamas. So we always obviously use the charts on our chart plotter, and we always refer to these paper charts as well when we're out in areas like this. That whole excerpt is from this Explorer chart book, and I think that's the kind of thing that scares a lot of cruisers away from an area like the Ragged Islands. It's the intent, right, to make sure people are prepared before they get themselves in trouble. But this whole thing that I just read may caution and deter other cruisers. It's the kind of thing that really excites me, and I think Sierra as well, and it's the kind of thing that we're looking for. We're willing to make sure that we're prepared and that we stay prudent to not get ourselves into trouble, and then and reap the benefits of this remote area that not many cruisers get to. So that's where we're going, the Ragged Islands. Woke up at 5 a.m. Motored 2 miles into the choppy wind and swell out there. It was just annoying, motoring straight on our nose. But then we just came through Hog Key Cut right there, which is kind of a sketchy cut. We woke up so early to make sure that we came through at slack high tide, which we did. It went super smooth, but now we are like broad reaching, 15 knots of true wind, 16 knots of true wind, just beautiful sailing conditions. Probably get the spinnaker up and cruise to the Ragged Islands.
We are so excited to go to the Ragged Islands because we have never been there, and we're checking off slowly most of the Bahamian Islands, and there's a few left that we have not hit, and the chain of the Raggeds is one of them. We're gonna start with the top part, which is called the Jimentos, and from what we've been reading, very few people go there. It says you'll pretty much see one boat and the local lobster boats, which is our kind of place. We're excited to be away and off by ourselves again, and I think it's gonna be so pretty. And I have to say, I have one goal right now. We have got to go back because my sister's getting married, but we're also getting more warranty work done, and I really want to have enough fish in the freezer for us to be eating fish all of March and all of April while we're not in the Bahamas, because we just feel good eating fish, and so much more affordable because we get it ourselves. So right now there's 0 fish in the freezer because we catch it, we eat it, we catch it, we eat it, we catch it, we share it, we eat it. But we need to get enough where we can be storing some in the freezer every day, so when we get back we have a whole freezer full of fish to eat, but also to share. So yeah, we need to get more fish.
What is it? A mackerel? Nice. Man, you only had the lure out for like a few minutes. A minute. Sweet. That's a nice one. There you go.
Hey!
Cerro, right? Or Spanish?
We got a fish!
Let's get another one.
Literally, it was out there for like 5 minutes. I think we're getting better. Or we're just fishing more.
Another one.
I think this one might be a barracuda.
Yeah, that one looked a little stronger. Cuda. Yeah, that was a body slam. Sorry, Cuda. So we hopped off the bank into the deep ocean right outside the Jumentos Keys, and I got all the lines in the water, a bunch of lures and some teasers that our future brother-in-law gave us. And we're in super deep water, but we're like right next to land right over here. And we're trying to stay right on this ledge. Maybe we can catch a wahoo or anything that might be productive off this ledge. And we're just sailing deep downwind. We took the spinnaker down, we got the jib up, and just sailing as deep as we can while still keeping that jib filled.
And some real life drama happened. We got in a nice little argument about whether or not to take the spinnaker down. And I think the number one thing we have to remember is if you do stressful things, we're in stressful situations, and we gotta learn to say sorry very quickly. I'm so sorry. You forgive me?
Yes.
Not just for the camera, but real. Like exploded. We didn't even see when that one was going off, and then we came over here and the hand line's like thrown through the boat. So I think what happened, what was on here was like a really pretty like flying fish, and then a couple yards away like a green shimmery lure. So I think what they did was try to go for the flying fish, and they had teeth and it just broke the line. Was that our wahoo that we wanted? Maybe, but let's just say it was another barracuda.
Oh, good. Alright. Gabriel, on the other side. Go.
Did I put the drag up?
Yeah. What? What? Alright, I'm gonna drop the main. I gotta get the main down, we're going too fast. She's got a big fish on.
I don't think that's a good idea.
I'm turning back. Keep reeling. What is it, wahoo or Cuda? Big Cuda, right? big freaking barracuda, pain in the butt. So we're just gonna take that as a sign. We were trying to decide if we wanted to go in this cut or keep on sailing because we have a lot of daylight left. So we'll just take that as a sign because I already dropped the mainsail to slow down the boat and it was just a Cuda. We're going in the cut that's right here, right next to us. So it's a sign today and maybe continue sailing tomorrow.
But we are not dropping anchor empty-handed. We have our Cerro mackerel from earlier, and gosh, I cannot explain to you. You know how we mentioned we wish we could have a scratch and sniff card for you? That was the worst smelling fish. Like as soon as it came up out of the water, it just reeked of like death. It was disgusting. Like, ugh. Nasty. But maybe that is also telling us that the thing that exploded the hand line and we lost on the other rod was just a Cuda as well and we didn't miss anything.
We're here. Whew. Cool spot. No one around except our friends La Cruz just pulled in. So we got one set of friends with us, but other than that, I don't see any other boats. And you're so happy. Yeah, you are. You're so happy.
Wild. Whoa! Whoa! This is cool.
You get there from land too. This is wild, man.
Isn't that so cool that this is just in the side of this island? The perfect little dinghy cave. So cool. So we all know Jetty is super picky and usually only likes raw tuna. And this is how we know a fish is sushi grade. Oh yeah. She just wants it all. Goodness, that's the biggest turtle I've ever seen. Wow. He was just, oh, he just came up so close.
How big was he?
He's huge.
He looked like a boulder.
Oh my goodness, come back. Wow. He was like right here and I looked down and he's just giant. Man. Come back. I wanted to say hello. Is he not the biggest turtle you've ever seen?
He's huge. What you got going on over here? Though smells and looks good.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so we ran out of sushi rice. We have normal rice. Looked up a recipe on how to make it normal rice into sushi rice, and it's like add rice vinegar and sugar. We tried that and it was very vinegary. So we kind of saved that for maybe later. Made new rice, just normal rice. So now instead of having it on the outside, I'm just gonna keep it on the inside. And I cut our little Cerro into like little sushi strips, and then the rest of it I put in like a poke sauce. So it's soy sauce, sesame oil, lime juice, ginger, garlic, salt, and it is amazing. Like so good. It tastes like tuna. You want a bite?
Sure. Mmm. That's so good.
And then we just happen to have a mango and a cucumber, so we're just gonna roll this up like this. Uh-oh, it's not working. It wasn't the end of... Uh-oh. Yeah, that didn't work super well. But, let's try again. So, normal rice just isn't as sticky.
Did you put sugar in it?
No, I made that stuff. I made another mixture because even sushi rice, you're supposed to add, like, rice vinegar and sugar. And I made that mixture, like my recipe called for, and I tasted it, and it just tastes disgusting.
Yeah, but if you didn't have to put the vinegar in, you put the sugar in, it'll help it stick.
Oh well. Maybe next time. Now it's just kind of crumbly. And I'll just make 2 of these, and then the rest we can just turn into poke bowls. Which is what it said to do if you don't have sushi rice.
What just happened now?
I was just cooking, and we just heard a huge thump. And Billy said he saw a flock of birds, and this guy hit the bow. You okay? You can hang out. I hope your friends don't leave you.
What do you think it is?
His beak looks like a frigate beak.
So much wildlife here.
We won't bother you. Take as much time as you need. Okay. Poke bowl and sushi bowl. I need to do some more experimenting in order to turn normal rice into sushi rice because it's definitely just falling apart. Oops. But we caught our own fish today. It fed us dinner. It was a successful day. You still like me even though we got in a fight. Bon appetit.